It's currently 2 degrees out, and getting ready to walk my dog. That's Lucy. Who's Lucy? Oh boy. Okay. Look at this tundra. So yesterday I went to make a video, and the audio was all screwed up. I was doing a cold weather update on my truck. I used my GoPro and this here iPhone, and the GoPro's audio was fine, but the iPhone, the audio, which is normally fine, was not. It's early in the morning. It's a very quiet neighborhood, so I was kind of whispering, and the microphone on the let's take a look at my dog. The microphone on the back of my camera was just not recording my audio, so I got to do the video over, and that brings us to today. That's why you're watching my dog take a dump. Yesterday was -3 degrees when I did my cold weather start. No grid heater, no block heater, just cold. And as I'll show you in the video, it started right up. It sputtered a little bit, but it started right up. I'll take a little walk out there, and I'll kind of walk you through some things. I added something to the truck, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's early. There's no coffee yet, and it's cold. Not as cold as yesterday, but it's cold. Come on, Doug. Come on. Do you want food? Are you hungry? Come on. Take your time. I mean, you know. Say goodbye. See the pretty dog? She goes right to her mat, and she waits to have her paws wiped. You sit like a good girl? Oh, that is a good girl. Do you sit pretty? You sit pretty? It's a baby. Sit pretty. Oh, that's a good girl. She's a good baby. Oh, I love her. Okay, back outside. Still 2 degrees, but let's go dig into it. It's cold. It's cold, and I got one hand, and so bear with me. All right. Get up there. Okay. So the one mod I made was I put in this battery tender. This battery tender covers both batteries. It's a 5 amp, you saw it. It's a 5 amp battery tender. It's fully waterproof, and the only place I could find to mount it was on the passenger side wheel well, just underneath the coolant reservoir and in between the battery, which is right here. It wouldn't really fit anywhere else. But obviously both batteries are connected together, so both batteries get the love. I ran the plug right along where the block heater wire comes through, and joined them together down here. Now, I don't like using these adapters, but that battery charger draws so little current that I don't have a problem pairing it up with the block heater. I think the block heater draws about 800 watts, somewhere around there, 750, 800, which I believe, I forget how many amps that comes down to, 5 or 6, somewhere around there, I think. I could be way off. I forget my Ohm's law. I haven't done Ohm's law since high school. That was a long time ago. Anyways, let's shut this thing. Those gas pistons. Oh, where's your tripod now, you doofus? No, you know what? Before I start this up, one thing I forgot to discuss was the fact that this vehicle does not have the grid heater activated. I disconnected it. So the whole purpose of this video was to discuss that how this vehicle starts in the cold weather. I disconnected the power cable coming off the relay that feeds the grid heater. Eventually, I would like to just delete the grid heater altogether, but that's the purpose of this experiment. I want to see how cold it can get down to before the truck becomes unreliable for startup in the cold weather. Now, I'm out of work currently with a wrist injury, but eventually I'll be getting back to work, and that will require me hitting the road at who knows what hour in the night, no matter what temperature, and no matter what the weather. So that's why I put in the battery tender system and paired it up alongside there with the block heater, because I will leave the truck plugged in. It's plugged into a timer. It comes on about midnight, and I have it shut off at noon because I'm usually out of here at 4 or 5 a.m. I wanted to make sure that the batteries were topped off, the block heater was warm, so forth and so on. So that's what the outdoor timer is for. But there's no grid heater. So again, back to the discussion of the purpose of this video is how cold can it get down to before this truck will not start properly. And yesterday was -3. I will add that footage in here. And it started quite well. But let's see what it does now that it says it's 1 degree out. I'm sure it'll start, but we'll give it a shot. So let me flip this camera around. We'll do split. Okay, so there's no grid heater. It's 1 degree. Yeah, she sputtered. But leveled right out, just like yesterday. Now yesterday, when I started up, I got the indicator that popped up that I've never seen before. And that was power reduced for the first 30 seconds of warm-up. It had a symbol on there. It looked like looked like heat waves under a turbo. And it came up right in that middle square. There is no grid heater, so I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to warm up. There's nothing to warm up. Oh yeah, she's not happy. Engine power reduced up to 30 seconds during warm-up. No problem. Focus! I'm not going anywhere. You can actually hear the turbo. There's something that says it's reducing power. And the exhaust brake is not on. I don't think I can see it there. purpose of this video is how cold will it get before the 6.7 Cummins will not start without any assist. No block heater, no grid heater, just the starter and compression. And I don't know what that temperature is yet. Like I said, yesterday was -3, today is 1. I'm sure it'll get colder, and I'll give it a shot, and I'll add to it. So you got to see my battery tender system. It was a tough place to mount. So yeah, it's on there just by a few screws. That's all it needs. And seems to be doing great. Plugged it in, gave it a shot. It does all of its battery maintenance. It does the desulfation, storage, voltage, boost voltage. It is a multi-step charger, whatever you want to call it. At least the batteries will be well maintained. But that's about it. That's the only modification I made during the winter here. It's just that battery tender system. Okay, gotta go. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Freezing my ass off. Goodbye.